One of the segments that we have is called The Art of Accountability, and that's what we're starting out with today. And I had a different topic today, but before I came on the show, a gentleman over at Twitter, he sent me a message. I wanted to handle this topic instead, so I'm going to read the message that he sent, and we're going to talk about that for a couple minutes, and we're going to move on from that point. This is from Alex, and Alex says he had watched the Jordan Peterson interview that I gave just a couple weeks ago, and he says, could thoroughly relate when you said you still hadn't had proper friends even now, and by implication, the general state of the male condition in Anglo-American social life nowadays. He goes on to say, he was talking to a friend of his, and he says, our specific conversation was about the lost art of mentoring young men and boys, something I have found invaluable in my own childhood and adolescence, and which I think had a big role to play in creating a reasonably successful and emotionally stable life outcome for myself and opening a lot of doors for me. My dad was fine, but it's not realistic for every dad to play that role. Even some good men are just fathers, not dads. My parents are first-generation immigrants who came to a foreign country in their mid-30s. They're not going to inhabit my reality, least of all my dad. All that to say, I had another older man in my life who took me in under his wing and helped me a lot with bootstrapping my computing hobbies, getting me access to equipment, and later listening to 2 lifetimes worth of teenage angst over email. I think he was the kind of cool American dad I never had. And he had 2 daughters, so I was, in a sense, a son he never had, though I wouldn't want to get too lyrical about it, and I had some other people like that in my life over the years. And Alex goes on to talk about how, especially today in America, and it may be like that all over the world, but certainly in America, we don't really have men who are role models anymore. You know, it's you can call it male toxicity, and I will grant you there are several males out there that are very toxic. Lord knows in my past I have been toxic myself. But I think the point I'm trying to reach is, and when I was talking to Mr. Peterson, Dr. Peterson, and I said I didn't have any friends even now, that tended to resonate. I've gotten countless messages and emails just referencing that one point, about people saying they understood. And it's a shame that males in society today don't really have many outlets to get friends. I don't know how we fix that. I really don't. I don't know how I fix it because, hell, I don't have any friends. I've got acquaintances. I've got associates. I don't really have a lot of deep-seated friendships where we share and exchange, you know, the deepest secrets and problems with each other, like a lot of women tend to do. That's one problem. The other problem is we are raising a generation of boys coming into men, and there's not really any role models out there for them. You see a lot of men that really don't do much of anything. They don't try to lead. They sit there and follow and just sit back and take it. And I'm not quite sure that's what we need to be doing. We need to be trying to produce healthy human beings. I'm a parent, step parent. I've got 2 sons, and I don't know a damn thing about raising boys at all. Not a thing. But every single day, I try my best to make sure that they're good human beings. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to set an example and lead by example, model this behavior, so that the children that are coming up under our tutelage understand, see that, and then mimic it later on.